Right now, you can send a message to someone on the other side of the planet in under a second. You don't feel that as miraculous. You just type and it goes. But 50,000 years ago, your ancestor stood on a hill in West Africa and needed to warn a camp that is 3 miles away that something was coming. No phone, no proper road, no paper, just air. And what they did still carries messages today. The talking drum is one of the oldest communication technologies on Earth. The Yoruba people of West Africa developed a drum called the dundun, a double-headed, hourglass-shaped instrument that could replicate the exact tones and rhythms of spoken language with enough fidelity to carry full sentences across open ground. Not signals, not codes, actual language. In 1949, British linguist John Carrington published the first formal study of drum communication across Central and West Africa, documenting conversations carried more than 7 miles between players on still nights, understood by listeners with no loss of meaning. A single urgent message could travel from village to village, handed off like a baton across a relay, covering hundreds of miles in hours. By dawn, a camp that had gone to sleep in peace could wake up knowing exactly what had happened 300 miles away the night before. This wasn't percussion. This was a telephone network that ran on muscle and wood. But not every message could travel on sound. The Inca Empire of South America built something different. By the 15th century, they controlled a territory larger than the Roman Empire, 6 million square kilometers, across some of the most punishing terrain on Earth. And they ran it without wheels, without horses, and without a written language. Their solution was a network of relay runners called cheskis, stationed every 2 to 3 kilometers along 40,000 kilometers of mountain road. A fresh runner at each post. A message passed hand to hand, body to body, at a sprint. Historian Gary Urton at Harvard University calculated that a message from Cusco, the Inca capital, could reach the coast of modern Ecuador over 2,000 kilometers away in under a week. The Spanish conquistadors arrived on horseback and could not match it. The human body, in relay, was faster than everything Europe had built. But the drum and the runner were not the most extraordinary thing your ancestors built. For at least 50,000 years, Aboriginal Australians maintained a communication and navigation system that covered an entire continent. They called them songlines. Every feature of the Australian landscape, every rock formation, every dry riverbed, every ridge, had a song attached to it. Those songs, memorized and passed intact across hundreds of generations, allowed a traveler to walk from the center of Australia to the coast without a map, without a compass, guided entirely by verses that described the land as it appeared beneath their feet. And the songs didn't stop at the borders of a single language group. They crossed them. A verse that began in one Aboriginal language continued through the territory of another, another, and another. The melody holding constant even as the words changed. The land was the shared grammar. The song was the sentence everyone could finish. This wasn't memory. It was infrastructure. Different clans held different sections of the same song. To travel through territory that wasn't yours, you had to know enough of their verse to be recognized as a legitimate traveler. The song was the passport. The song was the road. The song was the message. Linguists working with AIATSIS, the Australian Institute of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Studies, estimate that tens of thousands of these songs once existed. We have fragments of roughly 3,000. The rest were never written down. They existed only in the people who carried them, and when those people were gone, the network went with them. Your body still carries the original system. When you need to call someone across a large open space, a field, a market, a forest, your voice automatically rises in pitch and slows in rhythm. You stretch your vowels. You reduce the message to its simplest form. Every human culture on Earth does this identically without being taught. Linguists call it prosodic amplification. Your ancestors just called it how you talk when someone needs to hear you. And it isn't just pitch. Researchers studying the Piraha people of the Amazon, a tribe with almost no contact with the outside world, found that when communicating across rivers or through dense forest, Piraha speakers shift automatically to a whistled or hummed version of their language, carrying full meaning through pitch and rhythm alone. No one taught them this. No one coordinated it across cultures. Every human group on Earth arrived at the same solution independently, because every human group started from the same body. The system was never lost. It was just buried under everything we built on top of it. You have never had to warn a camp that something was coming. But if you did, right now, with nothing in your hands, your body would know exactly what to do. The pitch would rise, the vowels would stretch, the message would simplify itself down to its barest essential shape. 300,000 years of practice doesn't disappear, it just waits. We built satellites and fiber cables. We can reach anyone, anywhere, instantly. We have never been more connected in the technical sense of the word. But your ancestors had already built a living human network that spanned continents, wired directly into the people who walked them, requiring no device, no power source, no signal. We replaced it with something that needs charging, and the songs are mostly gone.